All right, can y'all hear me now? Can y'all hear me now? Let me know in the comment section. Can you hear me now? Oh, you can hear me now. Good. Okay. Congratulations, Miami Heat fans. Congratulations, Miami Heat fans. Y'all are about to make NBA history. Let me say that again. Congratulations to the Miami Heat fans. Y'all are about to make NBA history. I know I say a lot of stuff on this channel. About 6 days ago, I was told to stick to football. Stick to football, TD. You don't know nothing about basketball. You're an idiot. You know nothing about basketball. Stick to football, TD. Stick to basketball, TD. You don't know nothing about basketball. And I'm not going to go nuclear. I'm going to go humble and say calmly without yelling like I do with the Dolphins. I told you. I told you. Not only did I told you, but you need to put some respect on my name because I told you exactly why and why it would happen. I told you about your 1B in Jimmy Butler, and I told you he was tired. I told you he always run out of gas, and this is him every year for his entire career. He runs out of gas late in the season. Why? Because you use him too much. You rely on him too much. So when you're hoopity hawing in the first few rounds about how amazing Jimmy is, you're not realizing you're also signing a death wish. You're also signing the death certificate for him because his legs are dead. He barely, even when he got that dunk at one point of the game, he barely could get up. He shot the three-pointer weak. Even if he made it, it's like missing free throws because the man is tired and worn. And he runs up and down that court trying to preserve energy so that when he does have to do something, he can try his hardest. I've been told you. Nah, Angel, don't get mad at me because you were wrong. I'm not negative. How is me being right and giving you the facts negative? Everything I told you happened. Bam, let me get off of Jimmy. I already taught y'all about Jimmy. I ain't finna talk about Jimmy. I done taught y'all about Jimmy. Hopefully you start listening. Hopefully you start listening. Now let's get on Bam. Your 2B that just became a 3A. Your 2B that now pretty much is a 3A. What did I tell y'all about Bam Adebayo? He ain't got no signature move. He's not aggressive. All he is a pick and roll guy going to the lane, dunking it, going pick and roll, hit the mid-range here and there. But he ain't no one-on-one, let's go. Half of the time he bulldozes and put it up and it lands in. Nothing special about his game. The Heat need more. I told you about Jimmy. I told you about Bam. And I told y'all the only reason y'all even in this series is because of Vincent and Martin. The only reason y'all in this series is because of Vincent and Martin having out-of-body experiences. I don't even know if Vincent nor Martin played in the fourth quarter. You know why? Because Jimmy Butler wanted to be the guy. And y'all ate it up. I told you. Now, when they go to Boston probably going to put a shellacking on them. Boston probably about to put oh my gosh. Boston about to put oh my gosh. What's about to happen in game 7? Everybody know. Y'all Heat fans know what's about to happen. Jimmy ain't got no legs. All Martin and Vincent been playing out of their mind. How long that's gonna last? Bam out of Bayou, it's a wrap. Al Horford out here bodying him. And unfortunately, for the first time, I saw Eric Spoelstra get out coached for 3.5 quarters. One of the rare cases where Eric Spoelstra got out coached for about 3.5 quarters. And I was texting my brother, man, my homie Bree. I told him, Boston gonna lose this game. I said, Boston, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I told him, I said, Boston gonna lose this game. This is what Boston does. Boston should have been up by 20 way early in this game, and they let them hang around. They're going to lose. The Heat going to make a run. The refs going to help them out. The crowd going to get electric. They're going to win the game. And they still couldn't close it out. I really thought the Heat was going to win this game. I had the Heat to win this game. Believe it or not, I wasn't going to tell y'all that because it's Boston in 7. But I had them to win this game. I said, I told my boy, I said, Boston will blow it. This is what they do. This is what they do. They're giving the Heat too many opportunities. A team playing this great a defense and shutting the Heat down like this, you're supposed to be up by 20, 25. And they only up by 7. Boston gonna blow it. And sure enough, technically they blew it. A little bit of help from the refs. A little bit of help from the refs. But they blew it. And the offensive boards killed the Heat all game. And right at the end, you let White get the little put back. That killed the Heat. It killed them mentally, emotionally. They already killed physically. The Heat are killed. Their whole psyche is blown now. Boston is like, man, we finna go home and give them everything. Because you know what the problem is? I told you the Heat was going to come out in this game and give them everything they had. And the Heat gave them everything they had. You just didn't notice it because this was a rare game where Boston actually played great basketball, but the Heat gave them everything they had. Then Boston played poor basketball in the fourth quarter. And the Heat gave them everything they had because they knew they had to finish it out tonight. And Bam and Jimmy didn't show up. Oh, I'm sorry. They showed up. They got manhandled. Embarrassed. Nobody cared about the little heroics at the end. For the most part, Jimmy Butler was a bum because he tired. He ain't got no more legs up under him. He's worn, and I've been telling y'all that. Bam, man, y'all need to even stop talking about him. Every time y'all win a game because he getting easy. You know what I thought about during this game? You know what's funny? Think about the Dolphins and the Heat. I thought all about the Dolphins in this game. This was a perfect replica of the Dolphins. You know why? I thought about this. I said, look at game 1, 2, and 3. Boston never switched on a pick and roll. Boston double teamed Jimmy, and Jimmy kicked it to the wide open guy. And when they did switch, Jimmy would drive the lane one-on-one and take it, which he could do. Jimmy got to his sweet spot, hit the turnarounds. Oh my gosh, it was so easy in game 1, 2, and 3. And I came out here and told y'all, Boston giving them all of this. Boston making this easy because they're dumb and their coach is being dumb. Just like the Lions did with the Dolphins, just like the Browns, and just like the Bears. You playing this raggedy defense and you're not adjusting out of it. Same crap. First 3 games, I said, this don't make no sense. You're trapping on a pick and roll on a good 3-point shooting team. And then you're behind on the pick and roll, Jimmy driving the lane. Then you're letting Jimmy go one-on-one and keep making mid-range jumpers in game 1, 2, and 3 with no adjustments. You wanted to lose. You want to lose. No adjustments. Heat just taking advantage and killing them. And all the Heat fans, oh, I told you we were the better team. You ain't the better team. They just being stupid. Everybody knows, including Heat fans, that the Boston Celtics are the better team right now, even before this 3-game run. Everybody knew that. Coming into the series, you know Boston was the better team. I'll even allow you to use injuries as an excuse, even though they were better anyway. But let's use injuries. Boston was the better team. Well, the coaching, TD, yeah, you're right, the coaching. Because Boston, dumb coach in the first 3 games, made 0 adjustments that were obvious, easy ones to make. Somebody came in their locker room in game 4, before game 4, the day before game 4, and slapped their coach all up and down and told him, this is what you need to do. Switch the pick and rolls, in and out of doubling Jimmy, unless you got the guy with length on him. Oh, and we're going to talk about another thing too, which is going to be real interesting. But they made every adjustment I told you they wouldn't make it. Now look at them. They can't get nothing barely on offense but these miracle shots. And what happened tonight in the first half? The coach went back to being dumb. How many times did Vincent and Martin come off of a screen wide open and they hit a 3? Went right back to being Mr. Dumb. That's the only reason the Heat were in the game, because of the 3-pointers. Coming off of a screen and some kind of defensive breakdown where you allow them to hit it wide open. It's the only reason. That's dumb on the Boston Celtics coach. It's dumb. You got the game plan to beat the Heat. It's easy, but you're being stupid. Now, let me get to the meat and potatoes before I get out of here on y'all. Guess who had a really bad shooting night tonight but still dominated? Guess who had see this is what a 1A does. Guess who had a real bad shooting night tonight but still dominated? See, this is what a 1A does. You want to know what a real 1A is? When the shot ain't going, you get in that lane and you get to the free throw line. Jason Tatum. And let me tell you something about Tatum. Ever since game 4, what that man did, he said, I got Jimmy Butler. Done shut him down ever since. Done shut him. I don't even remember the last time Jimmy scored a bucket on Tatum. I don't even remember the last time Jimmy scored a bucket on Tatum. Shut him down. Since game 4, Tatum said, I got Jimmy, man. I got Jimmy. Sick of this crap. And Jimmy done disappeared. Jimmy done disappeared. Oh, y'all ain't noticed that, did you? You ain't noticed that, huh? That's the one thing nobody out here talking about. Nobody talking about that, are they? Nobody talking about the fact that Tatum stepped up in the last 3 games and took Jimmy Butler. Nobody. Go back and watch the tape. That's why Jimmy been non-existent. Every time he get the ball, he deferring. He driving and deferring. He don't even want to pump fake on Tatum. Tatum shut that mess down. Shut it down. And y'all, and he had the refs all on him tonight. It started in the end of the second quarter when Tatum went straight up and blocked Jimmy and they called a foul. It started right there. Clear block. Oh, well, it was body. Shut up. The man went straight up and blocked him like they've been doing. That's where it started. Because halftime should have been up by 12, but instead it was up by 4. Halftime should have easily been up by 12, but instead it was up by 4. Constantly. In that last shot where Jimmy, quote unquote, got fouled by Al Horford, he did get fouled. But before the foul, nobody going to talk about the double dribble. Nobody going to talk about Jimmy driving right, gathered the ball, dropped it, put it back down, went up and got fouled, double dribble. Nobody's talking about the double dribble. Clear as day, double dribble. Draw the ball, gathered, and it slipped out his hand, took another bounce, and went up and got fouled. Nobody, oh, there's a three. Nobody talked about the double dribble though, huh? Nobody talked about the double dribble. The ball wasn't knocked out his hand, Glenn. I watched the replay 5 times with my wife. Ball wasn't knocked out his hand. Jimmy gathered. Horford was already up like this. Jimmy gathered and went to the ground. He dribbled and went back up. It was double dribble. Wasn't knocked out his hand. He lost the ball. He lost the ball, Glenn. Go back and watch it, Glenn. You're going to be shocked. Clear double dribble. TD, go to sleep. You've been sleeping if they lost. Nah, well, yeah, I would have been sleeping if the Celtics lost. I would have tweeted out Nuggets in 4 and then went to bed. I would have tweeted out Nuggets in 4 and went to bed. But they didn't lose. What I said was going to happen actually happened. So now I get to come on the screen and tell y'all I told you so. And exactly why I told you so. And y'all know who the better team was. Why? This ain't a knock on the Heat. I'm not picking on the Heat. I'm not hating on the Heat. I just told y'all 6 days ago the Heat need one more star because you don't have enough. You just don't have enough. Great team, but you just don't have enough. When you got Martin and Vincent that got to play out of their freaking mind like this just for you to compete, then you ain't got enough. When you got to get this type of production from guys that you shouldn't have expected this type of production, you ain't got enough. That's all I said. That wasn't a hate. That's just the truth. The Heat are they missing one more big-time player. That's it. But, oh, you a hater. Oh, you going to see. Where you watch. You going to watch. Oh, you going to see. Where we at? Where we at? And I'm shocked that we even here. The series should have been over in 6 Boston's way. But that dumb Boston rookie coach in the first 3 games lost them the game with no adjustments and the way he played defense on the Heat. This series shouldn't even went this far. Everybody knows it. And y'all talk the Celtics, the Heat up 2-0, and y'all wonder why the Celtics still a 70% chance of winning the series. Oh, the disrespect. What happened? Season 7? Nah, I got the Heat in 7. How about that, y'all? I got the Heat in 7. Because this has never been done before. And if the Heat make NBA history in the wrong way, can you feel the heat down in your soul? If they make NBA history in the wrong way, can you feel the heat down in your soul? Oh my God. Oh my God. You talking about embarrassing? They'll win the game, y'all. The Heat should win this next game. Celtics gonna come out and go crazy, but the Heat, I don't even know why they should win the game, but they'll figure out a way for them to win the game. They ain't gonna win the game, but I'm gonna hope they win the game. I'm gonna hope for y'all that they win the game. It's a shame how many friends I'm losing just because the Heat ain't ready. And you know what? The NBA probably want Boston to be in there anyway. They see what's going on with the Heat. First of all, neither of these teams I don't think is going to beat the Nuggets at all. But the Heat might get swept versus the Nuggets, y'all. I ain't hating, man. I'm telling y'all, what they doing over there at Denver, man, the Heat might get swept. They might straight up get swept. Nobody wants to see that crap. They probably going to rather see a story of Boston in elimination games, never losing. And now, Even if the Heat win Game 7, I don't even think people would be excited about these finals. I'm just being, I mean, Heat fans, of course, but man, I don't even know where my phone is. Man, I want to show y'all on Twitter how crazy these people going. TD, I only wish we were a betting man because you would have made bank betting Celtics in 7. Yeah, but yeah. The Heat still got a chance. I just don't like the fact that Jimmy Butler's legs are dead. I'm like, y'all thought I was hating on Jimmy. I'm actually a Jimmy Butler fan. I respect players like Jimmy D Wade that made it out the mud. I love players like that, Rondos and all that. Nobody expected them to be the main guys, and they end up. I love Jimmy Butler. But me watching Jimmy Butler for the last 10 years, I know him. Remember, I'm a Rondo fan. I remember him in Chicago. I remember him since he came to the Heat. What has this man done in the last 4 years? Take y'all to the end, and him personally, he's died every single time. Y'all blame it on all kind of stuff. Oh, injuries and this and that. But how did Jimmy do in the end? Yeah, and then y'all get so caught up on the first few rounds. Jimmy carried us in round 1. Jimmy carried us in round 2. He was solid in round 3. He can't do it all. He's the star. And if you know he can't do it all, then recognize you ain't got enough. That's all I was saying. I wasn't hating. Man, TD Garden, Banks, whatever man, I ain't never heard that crowd as loud. And look at me talking in advance. I ain't ever heard that crowd as loud as you about to hear it. Man, do you know what's about to happen in that building? Man, you know what's about to happen in that building on Monday night? And did y'all see that commercial? I know I ain't tripping at halftime. Did y'all see the Game 7 commercial? They were already promoting the Game 7. They knew. They know. I saw a Game 7 commercial at halftime. I said, what the heck kind of mess is this? Man. Glenn said, glad the players don't care about the noise. Hey, they about to care on Monday night at around 11:30. They about to care about, no matter of fact, about 11:15, they going to start to feel it down in your soul. Oh, we know. Right after game 3, we know who we are. You know, even if they don't pick us, we just come out and we win. We know what we do. Now we just going to go close it out. Yeah, okay. Now watch. Watch what happened. I'm predicting it now. 4th quarter. 2 minutes left. Al Horford on the sideline. I'm predicting it. You heard it here first. 2 minutes in the 4th quarter left. Monday night. Al Horford on the sideline. Jimmy! I'm predicting it. I'm predicting Williams like this. All on the sideline. Let me tell you what's going to kill the Heat in game 7. It ain't going to be Jimmy. Jimmy going to give you his last heroics of the season. Bam going to make a little run at him. He going to come out and make you feel proud. I'm going to tell you what's going to kill you in game 7. The 2 people who got you here. The 2 people who got you here is going to kill you in game 7. Vincent and Martin, they're going to kill you in game 7. They're going to be jacking them threes up the same way, but they're just not going to be falling. They've been falling for too long, ladies and gentlemen. It all evens out. That's what's going to get you. That's what's going to get you. As soon as they miss enough, then they're going to start hesitating on them. And it's going to get even worse. That's what's going to do it. And you had a chance to win this game, and Duncan Robinson, same example. He was hitting them early. Then it evened out. That's why Martin and Vincent, they were non-existent in the fourth quarter. I don't even know if they played the fourth quarter. I'm sure they did, but I ain't seen them. Did y'all see Martin and Vincent in the fourth quarter? Did y'all hear from them? The guys who carried you from 3 quarters to even help you stick around? Then all of a sudden the game plan gonna change. And now it's Jimmy time, and y'all just eating it up. Almost got it done, though. Almost got it done. I picked the Celtics to collapse in the second half. They ain't collapsed into the fourth quarter. Well, the refs helped them collapse at the end of the third, but it's neither here nor there. But they collapsed. Think about it. Boston collapsed in the fourth quarter. They collapsed. But you know what the scariest part about game 7 is? Tatum gonna have a game just like he had in game 7 versus Philly. You lost the game that Tatum couldn't shoot the ball. In game 7 in Boston, they all going in. Not all, but you get my point. All them little side step back threes he kept missing. In Boston, they going in. You missed your opportunity in the game that he gave you, and you didn't take it. But smart by him getting to the free throw line when the shot wasn't dropping. Very smart. Problem with Jimmy, he waited to the fourth quarter to do it. Let me tell you something. Jimmy didn't really wait to the fourth quarter to do it. He preserved his energy to the fourth quarter so he could do it. That's the difference. Y'all don't get it. Jimmy's legs are dead. Floaters are short. Jumpers are short. If he miss it, it's short. It's never over. It's never over. You caught Marcus Smart on a good game, a decent game, hitting his threes. You caught Jaylen Brown having a decent game. But you ain't have Horford making buckets. You didn't have Tatum making buckets. Williams ain't make no buckets. Watch game 7. And speaking of Brown, this is where, for the first time, I saw Spo get out coached. Brown got 4 fouls. The team is in the penalty with 9 minutes left in the third quarter, and y'all still shooting jumpers. Lord Jesus, take the wheel. Take the wheel. Y'all still shooting jumpers. Still shooting jumpers. Still shooting jumpers. Even the way Smart missed the shot was perfect. Well, I'm going to be honest. Marcus Smart, that shot was terrible. I'm shocked that they gave it to him. Brown was face down with a good post up. I would have gave it to him. He could have spent off and drove the lane or turn around, step back. And they gave it to Smart and had him jack up a terrible shot. And White came in there and did his job and cleaned up the board just in time. It's all right, Heat fans. Y'all gonna win this next game because I'm an odds guy, and I don't think history is gonna be made. But history about to be made. It's like that's where I'm at with it. How is it not gonna be made? But it can't be made. Y'all got to figure out a way to get this W some way, somehow. Some way, somehow, the Heat got to figure out how to get this W. Some way, somehow. They just have to. You cannot have the first time in NBA history. You cannot have that happen. You can, oh my gosh, you cannot have that happen. Oh, I didn't realize I had green on back here. Did I just hit that green? Let me see. Did I just make a mistake and hit that green? Let me see. About a minute ago, was it green? Yeah, I just moved the controller for the color and it just went green. Sorry, y'all. Boston gonna win it. Yeah, when the green, I just moved a little remote for the light. And all that green. I'm like, let me switch it. Oh, hold on. That's Boston green. Oh, I'm wearing Boston green. And this wasn't even playing. Let me stop, y'all. Let me go red. Let me see if you feel the heat down in your soul. That's a little orange. I can't even get red right. I can't even get the red right. Let me get back around the red. Come on, red. That's still a little pinkish. It's close to red. Close to red. Nah, let me just do it right. Let me go teal for the Dolphins. Or just keep it green. Ooh. Oh my God. Anyway, man, listen. I ain't gonna lie, this is crazy. But you know what? It's been great basketball, right? Entertaining. I know it ain't as entertaining for Heat fans. It's like, but it's been entertaining basketball for people that can care less. That's not a fan of either team like me. It's like, okay. I can't believe this. Why did the refs fix this game? If anything, the crazy thing is they were mainly helping the Heat. I don't get what people talk about. Most of the calls was going the Heat way. Most of the bad calls, at least. Bam is overrated. Jimmy has been a no-show last 3 games. Tatum been guarding him. What you mean? Tatum stepped up. Said, I'll take him. I'll take him. That's Jason Tatum. But Jimmy is tired anyway. He has no legs under him. You got White blocking his shot. Everybody on the team blocking Jimmy's shot. No, the whole first half, the Celtics could do no wrong. What wrong did they do? Y'all love saying that. The Heat ain't get no free throw. What wrong did the Celtics do in the first half? And don't give me that the whole first half the Celtics couldn't do no wrong because the refs was 3 minutes left in the second quarter before halftime. It should have been up by 12 at half, and it was up by 4. You know why? The refs start robbing them. Tatum goes straight up and block Jimmy, and he get a foul. Clear as day. And you know another thing the Heat do? A lot of times they players be losing the ball or tripping on themselves or falling, but they fall into the player blocking foul. And Celtics like, blocking foul. Especially Bam. Sometimes Bam put his head down and just drive the basket, be tripping up. But since he trip up into the player, blocking foul. Be bailing him out. They were fouling us every play, but it was always a no call. Well, you know what, Jose? What do you think was happening in game 1, 2, and 3? Remember, Boston was the complaining team. Every time they drove the lane and Lowry and them slapping wrists and stuff and they losing the ball, no call. And they crying to the refs and everybody like, you got to play through and stop crying. It was okay then. Jimmy hit a big clutch 3. Yeah, preserving that that energy. He said TD Stramas. No, the Celtics, man, I ain't gonna lie. I'm kind of like the Heat better win this game. Some history needs to be what it is. You don't lose like this. You can't. And you know the crazy thing is, if you're an intelligent Miami Heat fan, make sure you don't find yourself saying we only in this situation because of injuries. If we weren't hurt, we'd be doing this and that, and this. If you know basketball, then no Heat fan should say that. Why? Because do you realize the production you getting out of Martin and Vincent is out of this world? Heroes sometimes can't even get this type of level of production. Do y'all not recognize what Martin and Vincent are doing? It's ridiculous the level at which they are hitting their shots. So if you're non-hurt players like Oladipo and Hero, guys who don't even play defense really, if they were in the game, y'all might have been worse off. You might have actually been worse off. The first team to break the 3-0 record is going to be tough for them. Glad Hero is not playing. Gabe Martin and Duncan been killing. I'm telling you, if Oladipo and Hero was playing, the series might have been over for the Celtics would have won. What y'all are getting from, and I ain't including Duncan in that. It's the first night Duncan actually making enough shots. The other games he been trash. But Martin and Gabe Vincent have been spectacular. Spectacular. Jimmy scoring 19 points is scripted. Why? You should see my prize picks. That's exactly what I had him doing. Under 24. Under 24. I need to go look at my prize picks. I ain't hit. I got 2 times. I got 5 out of 6. Tatum screwed me in the second half. I don't think he got his 17. I got to go look, but I highly doubt he got his 17. So I think Tatum screwed me up in the second half. How many points did Tatum have on the night altogether, y'all? How many points did he have altogether? Because I had Jimmy Butler 24 and a half, and I put him under, and I think it just hit. That was the line for Jimmy, 24 and a half. And I put under, and I think I just hit. Tatum had 29. Yeah, he messed up my second half. Everything else hit. Everything else hit. Tatum 31. Yeah, he still messed up my second half because first half he had like 27 or something like that. If I remember, 23, 25. Tatum had something in the mid-20s in the first half. And in the third quarter, Tatum had 0 points. That's why I knew. I was hitting my boy up. I said, listen, man, the Heat will come back. Celtics will blow this. They should have been up by 20. They done kept him around too long. 11 ain't enough. Celtics will always make that punch run. But it was a little lucky miracle, I believe, at the end for Boston. But that, I'm going to be honest, that has to deflate the Heat. I can't wait to watch these press conferences tonight before I go to bed. I want to see the energy of the Heat players. I want to see that same, we don't worry about the noise. We know we're going. No. If I'm Boston, I'm going to the press conference. We about to stomp them in their neck. If I'm Boston, I wouldn't even be humble. I'll give them bullets and material because it ain't finna motivate them. It's gonna break them down. If I'm Boston, I'm in the podium. They allowed us to have a game 7. We about to stomp them in the neck. We about to stomp them in the neck. Give them no air. We finna murder them in this next game. Every single player. I will go right on that podium and say that. You think that's going to give them bullets and more material? Nope. It ain't going to make them do nothing but go out there and be in their feelings and flagrant fouls and stuff like that. That's what Haslam telling them. Well, watch before the game. That's what Haslam gonna be telling y'all. Go out without. You ain't going out like this. You fight. I don't care if you gotta kill them. Haslam giving them that speech before the game, and Boston better take advantage of it. Go hard to the basket. Every time they foul you, that's flagrant ass. Get up, act like you want to fight them in their face. Don't throw no balls. Just get up. Make sure the ref throw the flagrants. You get your double text. It don't matter, but get them flagrants. It's crazy how much Bam and Jimmy disappeared. But I told y'all. Anyway, man, I gotta put some time off of this stream and on Twitter trolling some people. So I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. I need to go at the Heat fans on Twitter for a little bit, and then I'm gonna give me some sleep. Get ready for church tomorrow. God bless y'all. Love you. Heat in 7, not Boston, but Heat in 7. How about that? Okay, Heat in 7. Peace. I'm out. Lord Jesus, it's a fire.